Just show up. Panthers blueprint backfires as Tyler Shough shines in Saints victory, ladies and gentlemen. Matt Moscona is the backdrop. After further review, all right, let's go ahead and react. This is early. I'm doing this video early. Me and the sun rising at the same time to make sure that you get your content every single damn day. Here we go.
Remember on Wednesday when we did our opposing media interview with our buddy Julian Council from Locked On Panthers? And one of the questions I always like to ask when we have a guest on that covers another team, I like to ask, like, what's the blueprint for that team to win? It just kind of gives you an idea of, from the perspective of someone who covers that team, who knows a lot about them, like what they think the path would be for that team to win the game. And I asked Julian Council what the Panthers' blueprint would be to beat the Saints. Remember what he said?
Take care of your business. Just show up, honestly. If we looked at how New Orleans has played this season.
I don't remember that. I do remember for the last 10 weeks, people telling me that Gail Benson should sell the team and Mickey Loomis should be fired and this team is a travesty and the fans don't deserve this and Tyler Shough is this and wasted pick and gum-smack and Mick and we can't draft and the only good drafts we've had is Sean Payton. And I do remember all that. I remember that Kellen Moore's in over his head and we need a coach like Romeo Crennel or something. We need some old school coach. I remember that. I remember the defense is bad. I remember Chris Olave should be traded or released. I remember Juwan Johnson should be traded or released. I remember all that. I do. Also, I don't know anything about the Locked On Panthers podcast guy or whatever, but one thing I've noticed is that a lot of a danger with a team beat reporter is that they only watch that team. And if you only watch one team, you can be very siloed in what's happening in your analysis and whatever. And like for the Panthers guy, he may look at the Saints and their record and whatever, and may say, "Oh, this team sucks." He might not even look at things like DVOA, things like success rate, things like EPA, things that we look at every single day. Okay, like here. I cover the Saints, right? I do at least one, usually two Saints videos a day. But I have watched every Panthers game this year because I watch every game. And it's the only way you can get real analysis, even if you just cover one team. You got to watch everything. You have to take a 40,000, foot step back and see the entire league for what it is every single week.
Just show up.
Another example of that is last week. What did I say all week long? All week long, I said, I don't know, guys. Like, this Panthers-Packers game doesn't look great. Like, the box score, it's not really a great win for the Panthers. They never made the Packers punt. Packers won YPP. Packers won total yards. James, a win is a win. Oh, a win is a win. Don't be naive. And then lo and behold,
I mean, I love my guy, all right? Known Julian a long time. Seen him at SEC Media Days for years. I mean, just show up in the NFL is never really a good option. I mean, I don't know if you know, but are the Miami Dolphins having a good season?
No, they're not.
Oh, really? They got Tua. And,
yeah.
the coach that wears the jeggings.
Yeah, they do.
With that comes mid-calf.
Yeah, and you'd think that'd be
enough.
And
the glasses.
Yeah.
Young guy.
Yeah, Mike McDaniel.
Yeah, he has it.
Yeah, it's like he works in IT. Yeah.
Devon A-Chain from A&M.
Good running back, man.
Yeah.
Really good. Yeah.
They're no good?
No, they're 3-7.
Oh. Yeah. They're no good.
No good.
Yeah. Hey, are the Buffalo
same amount of wins as the Falcons.
Bills having a good season?
Bills pretty good, yeah.
Are they really?
You know what? I thought about this last night. If I was Buffalo, I'd be worried. I would not be surprised if Buffalo barely made the playoffs or missed the playoffs.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Pretty good.
Remember when the Bills stunk?
Yes.
Yeah. But they're good now.
Good.
Well,
Josh Allen, man, really kind of turned around. Sean McDermott. Yeah. Good franchise, good organization.
Didn't they play yesterday?
They played each other. Yeah, they did.
How did that go?
Miami won 30-13.
Oh, Oh, really?
Yeah.
That was another one you could have saw coming, where the Miami-Baltimore game the previous week, Miami arguably outplayed Baltimore, but lost because of turnovers and missed opportunities, whatever. But they were getting what they wanted against Baltimore. And then Buffalo rolls in, horrible defense.
So the really bad team beat the really good team?
Handedly, yeah.
So apparently Buffalo didn't show up?
Doesn't look like it.
If they had just shown up, they probably would have won. Because that's all you got to do, right?
Some would say that, yes.
Just show up. I mean, like, if we were talking about a great team, like if we were talking about Tom Brady's Patriots against the same old sorry-ass Jets for all those years, okay. I kind of get it. Like, just show up. It's probably gonna go your way. Like, the Panthers aren't good. I mean,
They're not.
Respect. Like, didn't you learn the week prior the danger of just showing up when Carolina, sorry-ass Carolina, went up to Green Bay and won 16-13?
Here's the deal. As long as the football is oblong-shaped and bounces around the ground, and as long as you have kickers and there's 11 players on the field independently doing independently their own thing on any given play, there is so much randomness baked into the NFL, or just a football game. There's so much randomness baked in that it's never like in chess. In chess, the better player always wins because there's no randomness. It's as linear as it can possibly get. So a good player is always going to beat a bad player, unless he just throws. Unless we get something like that. The NFL is not like that. And that's why it's so important to really get into the weeds, because that's the only way you can even attempt to figure this thing out.
That's the danger of just thinking you're just going to show up. It's the NFL, man. Just show up.
That's tough.
I kind of want to we pulled the audio. I don't know if when he said that, if I was on camera. Paulie, do you know, like, if I was like, if we had Julian's still up, because I kind of want to see what my facial reaction was during that. Is just show up. I think you and I were both kind of like,
yeah, because
looking at each other.
Because it's any given Sunday. How many times do we have to hear that every year?
It's the NFL, bro.
Like, I mean, whenever you say that, your ears do perk up because it's like, wait, what?
Did he just say?
Yeah, what?
The Carolina Panthers.
Especially the Panthers, really.
The Panthers who.
But you talk about smelling your own farts. Is the Panthers, who were 5 wins. That week, I was listening to not Panthers content, but it was just like national content. And they were saying, like, if Carolina beats the Saints and then if they beat the Falcons, like, this could be a playoff team. Like, even the national media, I think, was kind of getting like, man, Carolina, all right, 5 wins. Well, hold on a second here. They're kind of turning things together. They beat Green Bay. Bryce Young taking a step, LOL. And now it's crashing right back down to earth with, okay, all right, fine, Bryce Young's not the guy.
Who got dusted by New England 42-13? Who got run over by Buffalo 40-9? I mean, lost the Cardinals. They're no good. I mean, the Saints lost the Cardinals too, but the Saints aren't any good.
Yes.
Anyway. The moral of the story is...
And 2 very different games. The Saints hung with the Cardinals very close, last-second situation. The Panthers were getting dominated by the Cardinals and had to have some miraculous comeback with onside kicks and all kind of craziness.
If you're ever doing a radio interview and someone asks you what the blueprint is for your team to win, I wouldn't go with just show up. That's liable to bite you. Shout out to Julian Council, though. Locked on Panthers. Good dude. Terrible answer. Awful answer to the question. Great dude. And really good at his job. It's possible to be really good at what you do and to give an awful answer. That's a guy who's really good at what he does and gave an awful answer to that question.
I'm really good at what I do, okay? Don't get it twisted.
Kellen Moore, by the way.
Kellen Moore.
He met with reporters on Monday, was asked if Sunday was the team's most complete performance of the year. Here's what he said.
Yes.
I felt like it was nice to see complementary football in three phases working together.
True.
Certainly saw that with just the way that thing played out. And so I felt like it was one of our cleaner games, protecting the football, creating turnovers, playing a physical game in all three phases. So hopefully something we can build on.
The biggest conversation point, though, obviously is about Tyler Shough. So my feeling, I think, about Shough's day is probably like a lot of you had. I'm not sitting here ready to coronate Tyler Shough as a Hall of Famer or even as the Saints' future starter, as the franchise. What I think is undeniable out of Sunday is you saw enough there to say, oh, that could be something. His ability to move in the pocket, keep his eyes downfield. Certainly the arm strength clearly is there. The accuracy on the deep ball to Chris Olave.
Let me explain how easy this is. Because I've been, I see hundreds of comments a day, and I'm seeing this in the comments, but it's this simple. Is he good enough from what you saw to be the starter in the next game? Yes. Okay. That's it. That's it. You don't have to worry about, is he the franchise? Is he the starter next year? Is he this? Is he the next Drew Brees? Is he whatever? We're not up against the clock with a contract. We don't have to do any of that stuff. Right now, it's just, is he the starter next week? Okay. Then we grade that. Is he the starter the next week? Okay. Then we grade that. Then we grade that. Then we grade that. And then we head into the offseason. And at that point, then we decide, which direction do we go in? Do we go in the Tyler Shough direction, or do we go in the draft a quarterback direction? But as of right now, all you got to worry about is grading that performance and then on to the next one.
And the play on the 52-yarder to Juwan Johnson, the catch and run.
I've said this a million times, but franchises so desperately want to tell their fans that they have their franchise quarterback that they rush into contracts and it's like a psyop. They try and trick their fan base into thinking, we have our franchise guy. Tua, Jordan Love, Trevor Lawrence, all these guys, Jordan Love especially. That guy got a contract off of like 6 games, 6 good performances. And then all of a sudden, boom, $200 million. He's our franchise guy. Are we sure he's good? Are we sure he's even good, much less a $200 whatever million guy? How do we know? And franchises want to tell they want to tell everyone. They want to tell the world, don't worry, guys, we got our franchise quarterback. Maybe we should take some time. Maybe we should take a season or two before we start handing out $200+ million contracts. Right? And I'm not saying Tyler Shough's even, I'm not saying that's part of the conversation, but just as far as evaluating, luckily for us, this is really what I wanted to talk about in this video. Something else that I've been saying for probably 6 months now, and it's very difficult to hear whenever you're 1-8 or 1 whatever, is that the Saints are kind of sneaky, high-key, low-key, set up really, really well moving forward. I laid back and I thought about it. You look at Atlanta, you look at Carolina, you look at some of these other teams, the Jets, and you look at their situations, and it's like, man, this situation is terrible. Like, let's just take Carolina. You have, the Saints fans are still talking about Cesar Ruiz and his draft pick. They're still talking about Peyton Turner, right? Trevor Penning. Now, imagine if you trade from 9-1 to take a quarterback, and the quarterback can't play. Imagine that. Look at Atlanta. You've got all these top 10 picks who are actually good. Like Drake London is good. Bijan Robinson is good. You've got the Kirk Cousins fiasco, $50 million backup quarterback, Michael Penix, who can't play. All right. You've got Kyle Pitts, who, whatever, he had a knee injury, hadn't been the same player since, but still serviceable, whatever. Shouldn't have been taken that high, but it is what it is. Okay, you trade up in the draft to take a defensive player. All right, defense has been okay. You've got one of the worst head coaches in the NFL. You've got an offensive coordinator who is lost. So if you're the Falcons, you got 3 wins right now. you are up against it because now you're going to start paying these players. You've had all these rookies, you've had all these young guys, and now you're probably going to fire your coach. You're probably going to fire your OC. What are you going to do at quarterback? Who are you going to pay? Who are you going to let walk? And you haven't had a winning season in almost 10 years. The Jets, all right? Aaron Glenn is a lame duck coach. He's going to be fired, okay? You paid Justin Fields $40 million, and he cannot play. He is negatively impacting the team, all right? You traded away all of your good players for the most part. Garrett Wilson is out for like 4 weeks now. Not that it matters, but like these other teams are in horrible situations. And then you look at the Saints. Kellen Moore, rookie head coach, youngest head coach in the NFL, 36 years old. You've got a rookie quarterback, a rookie left tackle, a second-year right tackle. You've got a young wide receiver. You've got 9 rookies who have come in out of the last draft class who, you know, it's funny because I thought the only reason the Saints drafted good players was Sean Payton, but it looks as if we may have nailed this draft class. And maybe it's not Mickey Loomis just making horrible draft picks. Maybe it's like a big, you know, it's like a brain trust. Like a lot of people have opinions and the coaches give their input and the scouts do their thing and, you know, it's a system match or whatever. But it looks like this draft class has been pretty damn good. The salary cap is getting figured out, whether it'll be figured out next year or 2027 or whatever, but it's getting figured out. The biggest contracts that have been impacting us are slowly coming off of the books, whether it's Ryan Ramczyk, whether it's Derek Carr, whether it's Michael Thomas, whether it's, you know, Demario Davis or whoever you want to name. They're slowly coming off the books or coming to their natural end, right? You nailed the trade deadline, getting, you know, offloading Rashid Shaheed and Trevor Penning for picks. You've got at least 7 picks coming up into this draft where you probably will have a top 5 pick. I mean, things are looking sweet. I know the record is what it is, but if you look around the league at some of these other teams, as far as a rebuild, the Saints are light years ahead of where they need to be. Oh, these other teams I just mentioned, they got to go through a coaching search. They got to go through contracts with young players. They got to go through letting some players walk. They got to go through a new system. They got to go through a new scheme. For Atlanta and Carolina, possibly a quarterback change. You know, so until it's funny because before the win, I had people saying, James, you know, where did you get it wrong? And 24 hours later, 48 hours later, after the win, I've got people saying, oh, I see the light now. I see it now. Which is a funny way of saying you do have to kind of look past the results, right? The New Orleans Saints are in an incredible situation for where they are. We knew we weren't going to win this year. We knew it wasn't a playoff year. We knew it was a rebuilding year. This is this is year 1 of the rebuild. This is it. Last year at this time, Derek Carr was the starting quarterback. At this time, Dennis Allen was the head coach. Think about how short of a time frame it's been since that. And now look at where we are. Could not be in a better situation moving forward. And, you know, we'll see how it all plays out. But as far as a rebuild goes and where we are positioned, I mean, the front office, the team, the coaches, they nailed this. Nailed this. Could not be in a better spot to rebuild.
He avoided about 3 different would-be defenders. Really protected the football. I mean, all check, all the way through that. Well, what about after they watched the film? Here was Ellen on Monday.
Ellen Moore.
After they watched the film.
Yeah, I thought there was a lot of positives. Every game's going to have some opportunities that we're going to want to get back, and that everyone falls in the same boat for that. I think there's a lot of positives there. I thought, the hard downs, the third downs, I thought were a huge factor.
Yeah, they were great on third down.
In the offense yesterday. I thought he made some incredible plays moving in the pocket, guys staying alive. And so he delivered downfield, made some big plays.
Even the touchdown to Juwan. I mean, I think they said after the game that was like his third or fourth progression. Like Ross Jackson wrote about this in Louisiana Sports, and that that ball wasn't supposed to go to Juwan, but he went through his third, fourth progression. I mean, that shows. You're talking about a guy that's 26 years old, man, played 7 years of college football. He's been around a long time and had the opportunity for the first 2 months of the season to sit and watch, and maybe that benefited him. Now the Saints go into their bye, an opportunity to rest, to continue to grow there with Shough as the starter.
Well, not only that, but look what Atlanta has to do, right? Because we play them next, by the way. But Atlanta leaves Berlin, comes back to the States, immediately has to play Carolina. Then they got to play the Saints. So they get no rest. We need Atlanta to beat Carolina, and then all of a sudden that's a great spot for the Saints. Saints are rested, a lot of momentum. Atlanta will be tired. If they come off of a win, great spot for us.
And see how they do in a home game.
Granted, if they lose, then maybe you get some turnover. Maybe more. Maybe maybe Raheem gets canned, or Robinson gets canned, or they go back to Cousins, or you never know. But great spot for the Saints against the Falcons.
It's the Falcons, where I can assure you they will have to do more than just show up. By the way, on third down, the Saints were 8 of 17 on third down.
Yep.
On Sunday against the Panthers. The Panthers were 3 of 9 on third down. Hey,
it's like it seems like the Saints always hold their opponent to around 30% now on third down. Seems like it's just a thing. Remember when third down used to be a problem for the Saints? It's like, even that seems like so long ago. All right, ladies and gentlemen, good stuff. Thank you for watching. Remember, 20% off the freaking store. I had a ton of orders come in yesterday. Had like 10 plus orders. So again, guys, I'm telling you, we do not have that much merch left. 20% off the store until kickoff in the Atlanta game. If you want your merch, get it now. The hats, especially the hats, are going fast. The JLS, like the shield hat that I wear all the time, we may have probably less than 10 of each, the black one and the white one. So get your stuff now. I'll be shipping out orders probably starting tomorrow. So get your stuff in, get it quick, get your merch to wear before the Falcons game. 20% off the store. You don't have to have a code or anything. It just automatically applies. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video.